Born on November 9, 1966, in Cebu Province, likely in coastal Pinamungajan, Pam was raised in a hard-working, values-driven household. Family legacy. Her father, Police Baricuatro, was a fearless Cebu city crime buster whose life became folklore. So much so it inspired a film, Baricuatro, Batong Cebu. This instilled in young Pam ideals of courage and public service. Political Science University of San Carlos, Cebu City. Law studies at University of the Visayas, 3 years. Though she didn't finish the bar, leaving to support her family. Executive education programs at City University of Hong Kong, Strategy. And Harvard Kennedy School, Public Administration. Flight attendant to Global Citizen. Cathay Pacific career. In 1997 Pam became a senior flight purser, serving 27 years. This role took her around the world and exposed her to stark global inequalities, fueling her passion for social change. Life-changing moment. On one flight, a fortune teller predicted she'd one day be a madam, hinting Pam jokingly thought maybe a politician. Indeed, her worldview and leadership style were shaped mid-air. Simply Share Foundation. The heart of her mission, Blue Heart. Founded in 2015, Pam launched the first major food banking initiative in Cebu and the Visayas, Mindanao region. Fed over 1 million Cebuano children through targeted community feeding programs. Actively engaged in Typhoon Odette relief efforts in 2021, alongside high-profile partners like Miss Universe PHB Gomez. Her daughter, Elise Nicole Nikki Baricuatro, now heads the foundation as executive director. Land Bank Board Executive. Under President Duterte, Pam was appointed to the board of Land Bank Resource and Development Corporation, where she solidified political ties, with notable connections including Sara Duterte. Partido Federal ng Pilipinas. She served as Secretary General, marking her growing involvement in national political frameworks. The 2025 Cebu gubernatorial campaign. Motivation and shift in plans. Originally aiming for a seat in the House 3rd District, Pam's candidacy shifted after her friend Rowena Burden, initially vying for governor, passed away in December 2023. Pam has cited Burden's death as a motivating force. Campaign image. She cast herself as the people's governor, emphasized her philanthropic record, and deliberately distanced herself from traditional politicians. Political alliances. Ran under PDP, Laban aligned with Duterte. Endorsed by former President Duterte, Hanilet Evancina, and regional figures of influence. Allied with independent Lito Joselito Ruiz as running mate ticket. Historic victory and electoral dispute. Upset win. On May 12, 2025, she defeated 5-term Governor Gwendolyn Garcia with a decisive 1,107,924 votes to Garcia's 765,051. A 58% to 40% margin, winning in 29 municipalities, including traditional Garcia strongholds. Proclamation and transition. Officially proclaimed on May 13 and set up her transition team led by lawyer Edmund Lau, with calls for cooperation from Dulgi and PNP. Electoral protest. Garcia filed a Comelec protest alleging vote count issues in 4,100 precincts. Pam called the dispute baseless and absurd, urging a drama-free transition. Governance vision and early steps. Pre-June 30. Oath of office. Pam took her oath on May 22 before Judge Ana Marie Militante at Cebu City Sports Club, setting the tone for early collaborative governance with the mayor of Cebu City and special advisor Ace Durano. Strengthen healthcare, rural clinics, telemedicine and hospital upgrades. Modernize agriculture, supporting farmers via tech, training and infrastructure. Promote clean governance, transparency and accountability. Discontinue costly touristic and cultural expenditures like Pasigarbo and Surui Sugbo, citing financial inefficiencies. Budget appeal. Advocated for early appropriation of funds for health and social services, even before formally assuming office. Personal life and assets. Family. Daughter Elise Nicole, Nikki, born when Pam was 20, is now a medical doctor and leads the charitable foundation. Married to businessman David Alone. Home and real estate. Resides in Pinamungajan, Cebu. No public luxury home listings. Her website and bio emphasize community investment over flaunting wealth. Vehicles. No public records specify Pam's car collection. She emphasizes rides with Hable to villages during her campaign, signaling connection rather than luxury choice. Net worth and holdings. No official asset declarations were found. Known financial commitments are focused on her foundation and social enterprises. Local media note that her wealth doesn't match dynastic politicians, suggesting modest holdings with strategic investments in social impact. Legacy in the making. Breaking the dynastic cycle. Pam's win ended nearly 2 decades of Garcia rule, signaling a shift in Cebuano politics. Service-driven leadership. Transformed from flight crew to NGO leader to politician. Her style reflects mission-first, empathy-led governance. Women in power. As a female governor who started life as a teen mom and single parent, her narrative empowers women's leadership and inclusivity. Benchmark for future governance. Focus on grassroots development, civic participation, and tangible transparency. Building farmer support, health, education. Intended to create an equitable, resilient provincial society. Final reflection and outlook. Pam Baricuatro is more than a politician. She represents a transformational story. From collecting seashells in Pinamungajan, navigating the skies, feeding the hungry, to steering a province with a billion-strong vision. Her early actions, abolishing excessive programs, advocating for early budgeting, deploying rural health boosts, show strategic urgency. Once she officially starts on June 30, 2025, key measures to watch include healthcare upgrade, clinic construction and health worker deployment, agriculture support, training, market access and farmer funding models, transparency tools, digital dashboards, citizen watchdogs and participatory budgeting, tourism and local enterprise, responsible cultural tourism and MSME growth. Pam's pursuit of inclusivity, her redeployment of funds from extravagance to essential services, and her explained empathy towards both grassroots villagers and urban policymakers sets the tone for a more egalitarian Cebu province. Pam Baricuatro, neophyte governor, former flight attendant, social entrepreneur, single mother and aspirational leader, is rewriting Cebu politics through authenticity, service and purposeful reform. Her rise and early steps are generating interest and hope across the Philippines. What remains to be seen is how she maintains her reform momentum amidst political pushback and governance complexity.